Is anybody going for a PhD in here? A PhD in engineering. What's the lowest salary you take when you get out with your PhD? What's the lowest? You're not sure, but it's going to be up there, right? You want to be able to pay back school, don't you? And maybe get a car that works, and maybe a bike that works, and maybe one of those ergonomically correct desks that you designed, but your company says, well, we can't give it to you free even though you designed it. But those are some of the things that you have to think about. How are you going to put it all together, not just for your career, but for your health? How many people have a grandparent or great-grandparent that's lived until they're 98? Raise your hand. Okay. Any special secret from your great-grandparent? How did they get that old? What did they do?
They're isolated from the community.
Isolated from the community. He grabbed me by the shoulder, and I was hoping he wouldn't put me in a headlock while he was doing that. So he grabbed me, and he said, the secret of life, he's Brazilian, you know, he's a tough guy. He looks like a male lion. He's like attractive and scary at the same time. You know what I'm talking about? He's just like, you look him up. It's spelled R-I-C-K-S-O-N. Hickson, it's pronounced in Portuguese. He says, Enrique, the secret of life is to be silly, like that. And he says, no, forget that. The secret to life is to be silly all of the time. We used to play. And how many hours did you used to be able to play?
Like 3.
3 hours. Okay, climbing on bars for 3 hours. And you had fun. You were with your friends. Somebody was screaming. Somebody was jumping. Lots of fun. Anyone else?
Get up from your desk every hour and drink plenty of water.
I love that. Plenty of water and get up from your desk every hour. Now, if you drink plenty of water, you're going to have to get up every hour from your desk, or at least every 2 hours. Am I correct? What I do after the restroom break, here's our friendly door frame. I'm going to come back, and I'm going to put my forearms right here on the door frame. Oh, that feels good. Everybody get up and try that with me. Levántense todos. Now, I give you permission not only to be silly, but starting tomorrow and even tonight, every time you leave the restroom, why? Because you're young and you're not thinking about your back as much as you will 2-3 years from now. I want you to do this, and I want you to take 20 seconds and do that one, and then, well, start with this one, 20 seconds, and breathe. And it'll relax your mind, it'll help your body. Can everybody agree to try that at least for tomorrow? Okay, okay. If you say you don't have enough time, I may have to make a private appointment with you. Okay, the first thing we do is put our hands up. Okay, now if we throw a kick, we don't lift our leg like just lifting our legs like aerobics. We lean back and we throw the kick. There you go. All right, let's see.
Pants are too tight.
Your pants are too tight. Instead of throwing the kick on this one, we're going to go up and we're going to crunch. And it's not a leg lift. And I'm doing the same thing, tired eyes, and I'm concentrating. I'm concentrating. Like when you try to beat somebody in arm wrestling, you have to concentrate, right? So let's do 40. And I want you to get into it. I want you to be zen. I want you to zen out, as they say. All right, let's do a quiet, let's see if they can do the zen experience. Everybody quiet? And I breathe every time, just like karate. Yeah. 12 more. Really good ones. Leaning back, our upper torso comes back. Okay, now you hold your stomach tight. Okay, very good. Tight? Good. So you've got these several exercises, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that takes care of you. And then you go out a couple of times a week and you go for a run on a trail, or you do jump rope. You want a really quick one? Jump rope and breakdance are the quickest ways to get your cardio going and your whole body tone. You can do this one, because I want to make sure you do all your other things in life. Just do this one every morning. You can do it right after the shower. Come out, and that'll dry your hair. If you have short hair, yours will be dry before you hit the ground. So if you learn functional training, and you learn how to sit, you learn how to exercise properly, then you'll have a chance. But before I run, you want to try a quick knee exercise with me? It's a warm-up. And this is how I warm up before I run, because we're going to go out and we want our fluid to lubricate everything. So we're going to come down here, bend our knees, okay, and we can put our hands like this, and we just swirl this around. And I use the breath. You hear me breathing all the time. Now we're going to switch directions. Okay, and that's our friendly way to warm up, and then you can do some of these. Have you ever had an MRI? No, you haven't. So you haven't been in really bad pain, I'm guessing? No, okay. Well, if you learn how to do functional training, and you learn what sports like swimming, which is usually very good for injuries, some of those things, and go into hiking until your knees recover. That's what I would do instead of pounding. I think that's all we have time for. No hay más preguntas. I really appreciate the chance for the jefes and the socios, los ingenieros. Fue un placer estar con ustedes esta noche, and I hope you can join me on Saturday. Feel free to send me an email. Keep that flyer if you have any questions, and if you could, fill out and drop off next to the box over here the form for your opinions on how tonight went or what you would like to see in the future. I would most appreciate that. Thank you very much.